Morgans, and welcome to Two Up Top. Gav Mack here and Ed Hall over there. How are you, Ed?
I'm doing good, mate. It's been a long time.
Oh no, welcome back. It's like you changed somewhat. It looks like you lost a little bit of weight there, son.
Yeah, homecoming.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. We're going to be looking forward to the weekend's fixtures and looking back at yesterday's result as well. And we'll start there with yesterday's game. Watford going down 3-1 to West Ham United. Now, how big is that result?
For West Ham, it's massive. I think West Ham now will stay up. I mean, they mathematically can still go down, can't they?
Yeah, they can still go down mathematically, yes, but the chances are pretty slim now. I think that because like look at it this way, West Ham winning that game, depending on how results go the other way, they don't need to put a big strength, like a really strong side out against Aston Villa on the last day of the season as well.
And you expect results to go their way.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like the games that are coming up with the teams that are knocking around the bottom, it's not looking good. I mean, like the graphic that I've got is it's technically old because it hasn't got yesterday's result on. But the other games that are there, so Brighton, they're safe. They're safe. Mathematically, they're not, but they are safe. West Ham have got United away and Villa at home. Watford have got Man City at home, Arsenal away. Bournemouth have got Southampton at home, which we'll be looking at that game in a short while against Southampton, and then they've got Everton away on the last day of the season, and then Villa, as mentioned, they've got Arsenal at home and West Ham away. So there's a lot of games that you expect to go a particular way, but you're not sure. It's definitely a tough one.
Out of interest, who do you want to go down?
Who do I want to go down? I did want West Ham to go down. In fact, I wanted West Ham and Watford to go down. But West Ham, they've pulled it out a little bit. Really enjoying Soucek. Came out of nowhere. Mikel Antonio is scoring goals for fun at the moment. He scored the opener yesterday, and that's now 170 goals in his last 4 games for Mikel Antonio as well. So he's doing pretty well. He's doing pretty well. And Declan Rice. It's nice to see Declan Rice get on the score sheet.
It's nice to know he'll still be in the Premier League in some way or another. I mean, if West Ham got relegated, he was always going to get moved, but it's nice to see him shine for once because he's on the receiving end of some heavy hammer-ins.
Yeah, exactly that. I'm a big fan. Right, let's have a look at some of the games today. Norwich versus Burnley. That's happening today. Norwich, they're already down. Burnley haven't really got anything to play for. So yeah, that game is live on Sky Sports at 5:30 today. Now, this is only the second time that these two sides have faced each other in the Premier League. The first one, obviously, being earlier on this season. So there's not really much on the top flight form that we could look at. But from the outside looking in, what do you think of this game?
It's just a swan song for the season, as far as I'm concerned. Burnley really are the template, or a template, of what to do when being promoted to the Premier League. Burnley have solidified themselves as a Premier League side, whereas Norwich have broke the record for being relegated from the Premier League the most times. I think it's 5 times.
Yeah.
So it's two completely different ends of the spectrum, really. But
I was spoken to. Yes, they have. I mean, like they're scratching on the door of Europe, really, aren't they? But I haven't really had a chance to speak to you about it. I spoke to some of the other boys that present the show with us. But in terms of Norwich, we know they've gone down. They didn't really tactically make any changes to try and help themselves out. But are there any players in particular that you look at Norwich and think, yeah, you're a bit of a player?
If you asked me the third week in, I would have told you. Was it Pookie?
Yeah.
If you told me the third week of the season, but it seemed to just be a little moment it faded. But I think Cantwell. It has to be Cantwell.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Cantwell. What about Buendia? What do you think of Buendia?
I don't think he'll stay. I think his kind of destination will be whoever survives this year's relegation. In truth, I don't think none of the big hitters will be coming in for him. But for example, if a Bournemouth, fingers crossed, because I do have a soft spot for Bournemouth, stayed up, I think he'd go somewhere like that.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's have a look at Bournemouth. Bournemouth versus Southampton. That's on Sunday, which we're looking forward to. I would categorically say that it would be a Southampton win until Bournemouth with that shock result against Leicester last week, and I felt that they were very unfortunate against City during the week as well. So Bournemouth might just be finding form just at the right time.
The problem is coming up against Danny Ings, who's just hit the 20-goal mark.
Yeah.
Danny Ings is going to be shooting for that golden boot. Whether he gets it or not is, up for debate. But if you're playing Bournemouth, you're backing to get a couple of goals.
But, yeah, and also Southampton, they've picked up more. They've picked up 28 points away from home this season, which is a club record for them in the Premier League.
Really?
I think it might be a club record for them in top flight football. I'd have to double check that, but in terms of the Premier League, 100% that is a record for them. And you've only got.
You have to give Southampton credit for sticking by their manager as well, because most clubs, without hesitation, after losing 9-0 at home, would have sacked their manager the very next day.
Yeah. So they've done pretty well to stick by. Look, freak results happen. Arsenal got tonked 8-2 by United once upon a time. Do you know what I mean? And it would have been a freak decision.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like the iconic games of the Premier League era.
Yeah, and that comes up. It's like, oh, wonderful. Yeah, but things like that happen. And for instance, in that United game, Man United had 6 shots on, had 9 shots on target that day, and 8 of them went in the back of the net. So a couple of penalties, a couple of free kicks as well. So
you had Van Persie then, didn't you? I think he scored one of them.
It was the first time Arsenal has scored more than 1 goal away at Old Trafford in the Premier League.
It was a success.
That's what I'm saying. Tottenham versus Leicester. Tottenham versus Leicester. That's also tomorrow. Looking forward to that game. This game has so much on it. Now, Tottenham, they can't get a Champions League spot anymore. The highest they can finish now is 6th because of results that happened the other way. But in terms of Leicester really need to win this because there are some big games. Yeah. I want Leicester to win it. They've had that time in the middle of the season where they just sort of fell apart really, and they haven't really recovered so much. They've only won 2 of their last 7.
Your top 4 by now.
What's that? Sorry.
I think if it wasn't for COVID-19, they would have secured top 4 football by now. I actually believe that. It's but they are now up against an incredible Man United side at the moment. They look ruthless, and you'd bet, if you was a betting man, you'd probably bet on United, considering they have to play each other based on form and the fact Leicester are away at Tottenham. And Harry Kane scored 2 the other day. Mm-hmm. So, maybe he's getting back into full fitness. But
there's every chance as well that if results go their way, Man United versus Leicester, the last day of the season, both teams will need to draw to guarantee top 4. So it could be some dodgy inquisition happening.
And in terms of goal difference, in terms of
because it won't matter in terms of who comes 3rd or who comes 4th. But you don't no longer have to go into the qualifier stage of the Champions League in 4th spot either. So
something. I think Liverpool was the last team to do that against
Tottenham. But the only if results go the way that they want them to, the last day of the season, both teams will guarantee the Champions League spot with a point, and it's like. I think what was it? I think it was like the Euros in 1976. It was like Czechoslovakia versus West Germany or something like that. Similar situation happened, and they were literally just passing the ball sideways, square. Didn't really matter. Both teams were going up. So and Tottenham, they're unbeaten in their last 4 games, winning 3 and drawing 1. So there is every chance that with Leicester's dodgy form, that they could get a result out of this. Let's have a look at some FA Cup.
Do you think if Leicester don't get top 4? They lose players like Maddison?
There is a chance. But because all the talk before, wasn't it, about Maddison joining Man United? Now, Man United don't need that sort of player anymore. Man United don't need a Grealish or a Maddison, because I think a lot of the argument was, can Pogba and Bruno Fernandes play together in the same midfield? And the answer is yes, it's been proven. So I don't think that they need to go out and find someone like that. Maybe Ndidi might go on the move if Man United get Champions League and Leicester miss out. If Leicester get Champions League, then yeah, they could just go on and strengthen, I think. And I don't really think they need to strengthen much.
Very efficient in the Champions League. I've always thought that, because even when they was in the Champions League the first time round and was unfortunate against Atletico Madrid, they were really solid.
I thought they were quite unlucky against Atletico, to be honest.
They was very unlucky against Atletico.
There was a few chances where they could have doubled their lead and they ended up missing out. I think they lost. Was it 3-1 in the end? And it's like
the questionable penalty, if I remember. As well.
Yeah. So they were very unlucky, very unlucky. But yeah, I want Leicester to get it, and we'll see what happens. There's only a couple of games left in the season, but it's also FA Cup weekend. So today, Arsenal versus Manchester City. That game is on the telly box later on BT Sport. Kickoff 7:45. Now, this game I don't think is a foregone conclusion as much as many people will think. Arsenal keep putting the ticker on. We'll stop putting the ticker on. There we go. So yeah, Arsenal, they've won their last 3 FA Cup semi-finals against Man City, most recent one in 2017. And that was a time when City were on a bit of a rampage as well. I don't know what it is. Arsenal find a way of playing against Man City in the FA Cup. And if City do go ahead and win this, every team that Arsenal have lost to at a semi-final stage have gone on to win the FA Cup. Did you know that?
I did not know that. I definitely don't think it's set in stone. City will obviously be favourites, and it's not like you don't have talented players. You have very, very talented players, so you can hurt anyone on any day. But I think if City play to that minimum level they can, they'll naturally win. Because I think City are gunning to. They've just had their ban overturned. They're going to be playing Champions League football. They've won the League Cup, if I remember.
Yep.
So if they win the FA Cup and the Champions League, they'll be saying we've had a more successful year than Liverpool.
Yeah.
And you couldn't really argue with that.
Yeah, well, trophies. Yeah, trophies are what you're judged on at the end of your career. So much. Do you know what I mean? That's why they put so much effort in the League Cup.
Yeah. I mean, they always play a fully strong side in the League Cup. Like they've spiced up with Phil Foden before he will be a regular next season. But I wouldn't say that playing the kids, is it? But,
yeah. I would like to see I would like to see City win the Champions League, to be honest, because it is a new name on there and it keeps it in Angleterre. The only English side that I don't want to see win the Champions League is Tottenham, to be honest. And then
don't worry.
Yeah, thank you for that last season. Appreciate it. And then tomorrow, which is going to be part of our watch long, we have got a watch long tomorrow. So you will be able to see us chatting about Manchester United versus Chelsea, and that is tomorrow. Yeah, so that game kicks off at 6 p.m. live on BBC One. Now, Manchester United, as you just click that graphic in error, but I will be showing it right now, are unbeaten in all competitions since the 22nd of January.
Wow.
Good record, isn't it?
How old was I then? 22?
Back in the day when you were younger. But yeah, so Man United, and especially in the league, they're really loving life. And Chelsea have been a bogey side for Manchester United over the years. This year is the first time they've actually done the double over Chelsea.
4-0 opening game of the season, wasn't it?
4-0 opening game of the season, yeah, which was a big surprise. I didn't think that game was a 4-0 game though. I thought Chelsea were quite unlucky in that. It didn't really tell the whole story.
Maybe I'm remembering wrong.
No, you're right.
Chelsea threat now. Chelsea look stronger than at the start of the season, and the players are coming in next season. I personally think they'll challenge next season.
Yeah, I think so too.
Alongside Man United, whether they get top 4 or not, I think they are improving as a side. But I would just
that is the top 4 for next season.
Yeah, I'm not fond of both these teams on a personal level, but this is actually one of my favourite fixtures in English football. I do love a good Man United Chelsea. They always have something to them.
Yeah, and there's a lot on it, because at the end of the day, this is Frank's first opportunity at winning a major trophy. Solskjaer has been in other tournaments and he's won leagues before as a manager, just not at Manchester United, of course. So this is a real test of character for Chelsea, and I think that there might be a little bit of fear, the fact that they have lost both times to Man United this season. In fact, they've played 3 times. I think they're playing in the League Cup. I think I have to double check that.
I think it will go the opposite way. I think the fact they've lost twice and they now sit above Man United in the Premier League, Frank will be saying we can push on from here. They know that next year they could win a trophy. They could win a trophy, Frank's first trophy. I think Man United will win because I think Martial looks deadly at the moment and Rashford's always consistent.
They're looking absolutely dangerous. Those 3. Even if you stick Mason Greenwood into the equation.
You see, that's the thing. Mason Greenwood, I expect to be in my fantasy team next year. But, they're on the up. Both teams are on the up, and that's why it's such an exciting fixture. Both of the fans will be confident, and I don't think they'll be too disappointed if they lost either.
No, as long as it's not a slapping, as long as they both sides put in a good performance, I don't think there'll be anyone that will be too disappointed on the whole. Obviously, you want to go out and win the title, but win the trophy. But I don't think there'll be too much hatred or drama amongst the fans if their team loses. So that's it, really. We're back tomorrow with the watch along, and then we're also out on Monday with the reviews of everything that's happened over this weekend, and looking forward to the midweek games. But for myself and Ed Hall, thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy your weekend, and ta-ra.